Talent Talk Tuesdays is all about harnessing your God-given talents to live with greater clarity, purpose, and joy. You are wonderfully made, my friends. May all we do be for God's glory. Hello and welcome. This is Talent Talk Tuesdays, and I'm your host, Lisa Mladinich. As I promised last week, today I begin a series of 4 episodes focusing on the inherent needs of each of the 4 talent domains in Clifton Strengths. The 4 domains are relationship building, strategic thinking, influencing, and executing. I'm sharing these needs primarily from what I've observed in my own coaching experiences, what I've learned from my own coaches, and all enriched by a wonderful reporting tool called Cascade, which any Gallup certified strengths coach, including me, can access for you. The specific report from Cascade is called the Brings and Needs Report, and it shows what each talent typically contributes or brings, as well as what it typically needs in order to thrive. Brings and needs. So if you email me your top 5 Clifton Strengths talents, I'd be happy to generate a report for you, no charge. So today, I'll be focusing on the inherent needs of the relationship building domain. So be listening to where these needs resonate with you, especially in the area of unmet needs, but also notice where you are already meeting your inherent needs. That's also very important information. You'll want to keep doing those things in some form or other. So hold on to those and do take notes, please. As I talk about the needs, I'll make a few suggestions for how to get them met, but I will do a whole separate series in the coming weeks on self-care in various categories once I've done this series on needs. So one really builds on the other. So as we dive in today, remember that needs are clues to getting the most out of your talents. Why? Because understanding and meeting your needs can unlock even more of your strengths. In fact, tending to your needs keeps your talents growing and thriving, prevents burnout or helps cure it, and helps keep motivation and energy high. When our needs are not met, typically we feel exhausted, unfocused, purposeless, unmotivated, even confused. So again, this is very important information. Remember that I said last week that Clifton Strengths has 34 talent themes separated into 4 domains. So there's categories that help us to understand them better. And today we're focusing on the relationship building domain. Put simply, people talented in the relationship building domain thrive with other people. They do not thrive in isolation. That doesn't mean they never need time alone, though, far from it. In fact, many people talented in relationship building are introverts, and they need a lot of time alone to reboot and refocus. But they are deeply talented at relationships, especially of the lifelong variety. Now, before I share the needs, here are a few of the typical qualities of this domain. People high in relationship building talents excel at human relationships. Though they may prefer one-on-one or small group socializing, they tend to be selfless and kind, responsive to the needs of those around them, and they can be deeply emotional and highly intuitive and able to read the room, getting a powerful sense of how people are feeling, whether people are being authentic or phony. They really notice people. They are often gifted at calling out the best in others, helping others to have meaningful relationships. And as I've said, they can be introverts or extroverts. But now for their needs. People talented at relationship building thrive in opportunities to be really present to others, whether that's at home or at work. They love people and they need others to care for and pour into. They're often very good at going deep with a few close friends rather than being the life of the party and flitting around making a million new friends. They are the deep sea divers of the relationship world. They tend to enjoy and work really well in teams because to them, everything is better together. Because they are often highly intuitive, they need to be trusted to make decisions based on gut instinct, rather than having to explain everything they know with logical arguments. This can really frustrate strategic thinkers who want all the facts. But relationship builders know a lot without necessarily being able to explain why. Because as I've mentioned, they have powerful and extremely accurate radar for authenticity and can spot a phony a mile off. So they also really need transparency and honesty in their relationships. They also often have a deep distaste for conflict and negativity, so they need harmonious, positive environments. Some of them are great at conflict resolution because they have a need to bring people together and help families and teams move forward together. They need people to encourage and uplift, and are often drawn to jobs that harness their appreciation for the uniqueness of individuals. Many coaches and counselors are high in relationship talents. They are energized by acknowledging and expressing feelings, and can feel really drained in emotionally cold relationships and cultures. They are energized by calling out what is praiseworthy and unique in others, so they need opportunities to do that. If any of these needs resonated with you about yourself or someone you love, jot them down while you're thinking about it and ponder the following questions. Now, the following questions and some of the commentary is on a worksheet that I'd be very happy to send to you if you email me. Put needs worksheet in the subject line. I will go over the same set of questions at the end of every episode in this 4-part series to just help you sift through it and get some clarity. So here's question number 1. Through the lens of your life right now, what needs are currently being met? So ask the Holy Spirit to show you any unmet needs and find some ways to get at least some of them met. Consider areas of your life that might hold opportunities to get those needs met. If you're not satisfied at work, you might get your needs met in a volunteer opportunity or in a recreational activity. So be creative. You might look to your spiritual life, work life, relationships, health and fitness activities, recreational pursuits, hobbies, ministry commitments, etc. So again, be creative about how to get your needs met. Look around at the different spheres in your life. Question number 2, how can you create some margin for greater well-being? In other words, what would you have to let go of in order to make the needed changes and feel a lot better about your life? To add in more opportunities for fulfillment. That can be a tough one because a lot of times we feel obligated to do a lot of the things we do, and not all of them are really necessary to be on our plates. So it's going to take some deep thinking. Question number 3, what energy drainers in your life right now are currently non-negotiable? This is really important, because life really does happen. And it might be something like a job that pays the bills, for now, it's not fulfilling, but it's keeping the lights on. Or it might be a personal situation like caring for a colicky baby or a sick family member. And it may simply have to be endured. But if you balance that temporary situation, however long it may go on, with other needs being met, you can feel a whole lot better. If you get some needs met, you can endure a lot. And we all have those seasons where something else crowds out our ideal life balance. So we want to find enough balance to create resilience. And we are not going to get all our needs met at all times in this life anyway. This is not heaven. So ponder these questions and let me know if you want the worksheet. And I advise everybody to put it into action. Don't just think about it. Set one goal this week based on your reflection and maybe some journaling, prayerfully seeking guidance from the Holy Spirit to make space in your life to meet the most pressing need you have identified. And if you do, I promise you, if you really make space for it and commit to fulfilling that need, you'll see your energy levels and your enthusiasm, even your clarity of purpose, and potentially even some joy starting to rise back up in your life. Email me with any questions, or email for the needs worksheet, or both. I'm at lisa@wonderfullymade139.com. I'm happy to help. I'll be doing more on specific self-care issues in a few weeks, but next week I'll be talking about your strategic thinking needs. Thanks for listening. You are wonderfully made, my friends. Please pray for me. I'm praying for you too. God bless you.